The funny thing is, on this current roster, I actually think the most slam dunk signing is itself one of the more controversial ones, which is obviously blameF, because for some weird reason, this is a player, fans, it's just broken their fucking brains, mate. Like, they've just decided, like, a complete fantasy version of this player, which is they believe blameF is a player who somehow, Ross, has played, like, tier 1 lands and majors, but somehow he never ever took a normal gun duel. He just only ever killed, like, eco people in the back or something, which what's hilarious about that like weird like stereotype that has been forced on this player is Nero from HLTV did an article not that long ago, maybe like a month ago, where what he actually showed is what anyone with eye test would have known about blameF all along. You know how he kills eco people? Yeah, he also on the good rounds just kills everyone too, you morons. Like, he was both one of the best rated players against ecos and against full buys. Like, and by the way, the full buy list was all the best players in Europe. Like, he was quite high up on that. So what I don't get about this angle is, like I say, to me this is a slam dunk. In fact, I'll be rude, but also polite in this sense that, like, because Fnatic wasn't that good, I even low-key, mate, when he signed to your team, was like, I think he's actually overqualified for this team. Like, bro, this is a guy on the top team, will be a HLTV top player. Like, I'm sure he was hoping he would get, like, an offer from, like, a top 5 team. So, did you have any concerns initially? Obviously, there's this weird rep. Obviously, people wonder why was he not in Strauss. Was there any concerns coming in? What have you thought about using him? How did you perceive him as a player?
Yeah, I guess with any player that you bring in, there's like, and getting to know them, meeting them. But we had a lot of kind of previous with blame in through our coach Gita, who had worked with him at Complexity.
Oh right, sure, yeah.
Worked with him before that as well at was it Epsilon, I think, when he was there with Brokey.
Right, okay.
Together. So like that was a great in for us, and their relationship and friendship was a strong thing that we could leverage. But also at the same time, yeah, at the point as in where we were at a time as a team, and in theory shouldn't be attractive to a player that's whatever 4 years top 20 player.
Yeah,
it shouldn't make sense. But like we're all like, and this is the thing, we're always in the market for every player that's kind of available. We will like have that conversation with them. And
for that one though, you got to feel like, how's he dropped to us? Like, we got to take this as a slam dunk, right?
Yeah. I think it was a like moment in time as well where it probably blames stock was quite low in terms of the public perception,
yes,
versus his actual value. So, and that is the thing for where we were at with Fnatic, is that we needed to find those kind of key moments where players are kind of out of favor, and the key teams that probably would be of interest aren't in the market to sign them. So it's like timing, good relationships and all that, and also it being a place where like he was very much sold on the concept of coming and working with Andreas and Jamie, and like if you go and get references from all the players that have been here over the last number of years working within the team, it's a really nice team to work in, and team environment.
Seems like some fairly chill people. Like there's not a lot of troublemakers and stuff in this lineup. Yeah,
and it's very much, you'll see the guys at events as well. They do everything together, eat meals together, gym together. It's a really great place to work. So if in order for Benjamin to kind of get to where he wants and gets that platform for success, kind of having a team environment where he's given essentially all the tools he needs in terms of his roles, not having to in-game lead anymore, all these kind of things. I think it was great timing for us and for him in some ways, and that it kind of it worked out. It was like stretched out negotiation period and kind of like assessing his options, and there's other players in the space who also wanted. He was sought after for sure, but I think what sold him was kind of coming and working with a coach that he knew, and also just a place where he would be quite a relaxed atmosphere, and there's not the same level of, there's a lot of pressure playing in Denmark and playing for Astralis, so and not needing to in-game lead anymore, and that was kind of
sure.
So, and kind of faith in Fnatic, and where we were kind of telling him this is like we need to sign players like Blame in order to attract other players down the line.
Yes, no, he's a perfect example of what you said earlier. That's the sort of player where if they're good, people want to come and play with them, right?
Yeah, we were that, and that was killing us a lot of that in a lot of discussions. It's like, who are the players that, like, people love Crims, like, and Freddie is one of the coolest guys and amazing to play with, but it's like it's not the same Crims that would have been attractive a period ago. So we really didn't have any pieces that it was like people, like we were selling I was trying to sell Flames on the concept of coming to play at Messi, who was a good piece, but really it's, you know, it's not enough to attract a player who's kind of like coming out of his contract at OG, quite an exciting prospect. You need more pieces. You need something to excite people, and you need those like franchise level players, and that's why I was. So I tell Blame, it's like that he can kind of be the platform for us to then, you know, expand the team and improve and get better, and kind of even with the signature of the good timing as well of being able to bring in Knock and you know, all that, being able to Blame, Freddie, you know, Mattis is an attractive talent. Like Blame saw Matty and was like, okay, this guy, together the two of them can have quite a lot of impact.
By the way, that's also another aspect I think is underrated. They offset each other. Yeah, Blame's a bit more of a passive style. The Mattis guy's a lunatic. Like, they actually sort of offset each other a little bit. That's actually, like you say, that's also the thing about the blameF dialogue that kills me, bro. Obviously, I wouldn't make a team of 5 blameFs, but I also wouldn't want a team of 5 Boros. You know what I mean? Like, you want balance. It's like a football team. You want some strikers and some defenders and some holding midfielders. Like, we all understand roles, guys.
I think your point, the stat that you mentioned, yeah, the eco thing. A big thing as well is it's not just like people getting eco kills is so important. It's so understated.
Yes, it is.
What happened? Like we went through periods of the team. I've had this coaching. It's like you're almost frozen with anxiety against ecos because you feel like you already start the round with an advantage, and therefore you don't want to give up that advantage. Yes. So then your willingness to take risk is lower, and that is actually results in being worse. Someone dies, becomes even everything. You know, it just that's how you get ecoed. Instead, you have players who are like, okay, these guys are on eco. I'm going to play around very confidently. I'm going to get the first 2 openers, and then someone's going to swing and trade the other 2 guys. Like having players that can do that, especially in like important games, that is because when it gets to LAN and gets to important games, if everyone is kind of afraid to take those, you play against good teams with good players. You play against like Nico or Zaiwu or these guys, and they just have a Deagle and armor, or they have a saved AK or something like that. You're going to get owned. So there's so much value in having players that are willing to take those risks in eco rounds. But then like Blames and same goes for Knock. Their value then is that we have probably at this stage we have probably too many players who are really good in clutch situations in Crims, Knock and Blame. It's like they want to play those later round situations. They want to have more info because they back themselves to be able to make better decisions than the counterpart that's alive in their team. So yeah, it's trying to find that. It's like baking a cake and having players that are willing to, and that's why as in Alex has to fill a lot of that, and Crims has to as well. Crims isn't notoriously an aggressive player either, but if he just adjusts for what the team.
He can just do whatever you need to get. He's another Phil type player in the air. See more cool, funny, interesting clips based on topics from my content? Well, subscribe to this channel then, or, you know, be a pleb and don't.